Today, we're out here in the southeastern part of the valley, driving along in farm country, as you can see, and we're on our way to take a look at farm worker housing, which, as you know, has been a problem for years in the Coachella Valley. And finally, the county, under the auspices of the Economic Development Agency, is doing something about it. Hi, I'm Dennis Arcuri. Welcome to the Coachella Valley Community Report. Our program's mission is to bring you the kind of information you can use in order to know more about your desert community. We're going to explore the events and happenings, the faces and places that make up our diverse community. We'll be updating you on the stories that the other news media simply don't have time to report. We won't be reporting on drive-by shootings or drug busts, but we will tell you about whether these events are on the incline or decline and why. And we'll be telling you how these events affect us, from the Salton Sea to the Windy Point and everything in between. Government, quasi-government, nonprofits, and public entities will make up the bulk of our subject matter. Here's another thing that sets us apart. The principals of the Coachella Valley Report are longtime Coachella Valley residents with extensive and historical experience in the desert of Riverside County. Our interests are in the desert communities, not in furthering our careers. We know what this place is like, and that's why we've spent the majority of our lives here. Education is our goal. We want our viewers to have the information they need to make intelligent choices to better their lives and to better the communities around them. So sit back, relax, and hang on.
The state of California and Riverside County Emergency Medical Services set certain criteria that a hospital must meet and services that must be available in order to be designated for a trauma center. And we're privileged to have that designation here in the southeastern sector of Riverside County.
The downside on these would be that you don't have the long range that you're accustomed to with a gasoline car.
We're going to employ close to 800 people now. So that's new to the valley, and we're doing well with our recruiting.
We have zero tolerance for an impaired driver. DUIs, if you're DUI on the road, you're going to jail.
Now these are real commuting cars. They'll go 60 miles an hour, and they'll go between 40 and 60 miles in length. And it replaces all gas and all diesel, so it's zero emissions, and this is the wave of the future.
Well, this is high-resolution 3D CT scanning of the entire body, which just became available about a year ago.
We're here today to celebrate and to recognize those people that give excellent customer service in the city of Palm Desert.
Hey, plenty of sunshine heading my way.
I highly recommend calling us here at Desert Regional and volunteering. It gets people out of themselves and into thinking about other people, and it is a great way to spend your day.
If we can get these kids the right entrepreneurial attitude towards education, that you're not studying this because you need it to get a grade. You're studying this because if you don't know this, they're going to kick your butt out there.
Probably 2 or 3 generations now that don't know anything about her. I have a 20-year-old son. When I got this project, I said, "Do you know who Mary Pickford is?" He says, "No, I can't say as I do." Well, now you've got that's again part of my charge, is to tell the story in such a way that people make the connection, understand that however big stars are today, nobody was as big as Mary Pickford.
We've done this for several years now, and it's wonderful. I mean, the fun is great. The people come, and they're on their own. It's a free thing, no admission charge, of course, and it's 4 hours. They can come at 12:30 or 12 o'clock, or it doesn't matter, just as long as they get a place to sit and put their blanket out and have fun. And we just have a great time.
To give you a perfect example, if you want to maybe make sure you've got enough power to run some lights, to maybe keep a refrigerator or a freezer going around your house, if you add up all of those items together, chances are you're probably looking at maybe a couple of thousand watts of power tops. And if that's the case, most generators are capable of handling that kind of power demand.
I've had incredible luck meeting these people that have achieved such perfection, you see.
I have said all along that in the Coachella Valley, energy is just not about comfort, it is about necessity.
Whether or not this is an invasion of privacy really comes down to whether people feel as though having surveillance at our stadiums and our schools and our courthouses and our city halls are invasion of privacy. This is a public space just like those are. We need to be able to employ every possible tool we can to bring safety to our public. It's not because we have a problem downtown. It's because we don't want to have a problem downtown.
In the retail segment of that analysis, you've got to make sure you're not just addressing one segment of the economy. You need grocery stores, you need drugstores, you need gas stations, but it's important that you have a variety, a full spectrum of services that are available to all the people that live in your town.
One of my favorite reporters had the opportunity recently to interview Bob Peterson, who is program coordinator.
We certainly are sensitive to the issue of another layer of government, but in an orderly society we do regulate things, and regulating an addictive drug that kills 400,000 people prematurely every year is something that's necessary.
Now, here's Tom Freeman.
Dennis, folks ought to come out here and view the George Patton Memorial Museum here at Chiriaco Summit, just 45 minutes from the Coachella Valley off the I-10 freeway, and see some of the historic equipment that is here. Directly behind me, of course, the tank Patton made famous as he charged across France and Europe and helped liberate all those folks who were captives or had been taken by German rule.
We are in the middle of a rather fascinating economic time that none of us completely understands. In fact, I have said repeatedly that anybody that tries to forecast housing right now is either mad or a liar. I will be doing my forecast a little later.